on its way. Let's go, man.
Oh, man.
It's a Friday, and it's a fun Friday. And welcome to the Nudelberg Daily Huddle, where we're about to have some fun today. We're going to laugh. We're going to share some funny stories. We're going to have a good
This man just said high def, full 1080p. I don't even know if you know what you said just now.
It's not even 1080p anymore. It's 4K. It's 4K.
Yeah, now. We're 4K, 5 HD. I wanted a 5G. I wanted all.
There is foreshadowing there about what some of the content today. But here's my promise to everybody. Today's going to be really fun. Lots of funny, fun Friday clips. We'll talk a little bit more about routine. There's one Super Bowl commercial follow-up that I have. We are bringing back Wall of Shame and Hall of Fame, baby. It's here today. We unfortunately, we're loaded up.
Yeah, it's every day. It's every day. And you had a great Tell Me Something Good yesterday. You guys talked about LinkedIn a little bit and how people are using the tactic. And it's always good to hear conversations of people that are trying to drive relationship into business.
Yeah, it was really cool to see, to have Dale on, and we got into some deep stuff, and it was fun. It was really one of the better, Tell Me Something Goods. When I look back at the library, it blows my mind. But I do have something new to share with everybody.
Yeah, I can't wait to get mine. Jake's bringing mine down today.
When you're in the huddle, Christian, you got a mug coming your way, brother.
That's right.
Send us an address, baby. So we would like to start distributing swag. We have some shirts. Lori Salarillo posted her shirt.
Great post by Lori. She got the shirt and the book from Jeremy Turisk, which is awesome. So
there's shirts, there's mugs, we will have masks. And so we just got to figure out the right way to get it to people. I don't know, maybe we sell it and it goes to charity.
I don't know.
I'm ready for
in my world, like in the world, you never get unless you ask. Like Ann Gottwald just asked, how do I win a shirt? You win a shirt because you asked for a shirt. You know what I mean? Like,
you got it, man. Baboon.
I love it.
You get a shirt. You get a shirt. You get a shirt.
Yeah,
so
it's Oprah out here.
So I'm in a really good mood today. Let's wake up.
Wake up, everybody. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Wake up. Come on. Come on. Wake up, everybody. Teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen what you have to say. Wake up, everybody. No more sleeping in bed. No more back to thinking. Time for thinking ahead. Come on
now.
Okay, wait. So I got a shout out to Casey Della Penna because he said happy Heat victory. I got to fact check, Casey. I need you to fact check something for me. I saw a post from the Heat social media account that said Jimmy Butler is the first player in Heat history to have back-to-back triple doubles. I have a really hard time believing that LeBron never did it. Wade never did it.
Wade never did it.
I mean, I don't, and there were some really good years. So I got to get a fact check on that, but unbelievable if that's the case. And shout out to Jimmy Butler.
And if you give us that fact check during the 30 minutes, you will get a mug.
There we go. I love it. He said it is true. He said it is true. You get a mug.
You get a mug. So make sure that you guys reach out to Shay with your address and we can get that stuff out there. A shout out across the world to my friends Devon and Mark who do a show, a podcast in Australia. And so last night at 5:30 my time, our time, which was 9:30 in the morning their time, I spent an hour with them laying down some tracks, and it was fantastic. They did a great job. Can't wait to share it. But they're two young up-and-comers who just had really great questions and, really, really focused on the family dynamic that you and I have, which which I love, and I love that people get to pick up on that. So clearly LeBron is overrated.
Yeah, well done, Jake. When Jake's coming,
you get a mug. Jake gets a mug.
Jake gets a box of mugs that he's bringing to me today.
Unbelievable. Okay, so I'm bringing back a feature that I really love. Shay, play my things that make you go, hmm.
Things that make you go,
Things that make you go.
things that make you go,
In a quick follow-up to Super Bowl commercials, Jeep was the gigantic loser because not only did their commercial politically divide people and really people didn't know what the hell was right or wrong or whatever, their spokesperson, the day after the Super Bowl, Bruce Springsteen got arrested for drunk driving in a Jeep.
In a Jeep? Right
You-
after we just played The Boss yesterday, too.
Which
Come
is
on.
why
Wait a minute. How does Bruce Springsteen not have a driver? Like,
that's what I said to Jake. I go, you got to be kidding me, man. I mean, just,
how do you not have a driver? Like, come on, man. Like, that is a total come on, man situation.
I mean, can you imagine that you're the people at Jeep and you have this great idea, you execute, you get Bruce Springsteen as all Americana, and the fucking guy wakes up drunk in a car, man.
It's unbelievable.
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 Incredible. Along the lines of things that make you go, hmm, a shout out to the coffee queen, Kim Sweers. Here's more information on coffee. If coffee is part of your routine, which it is clearly mine every morning, in the journal Frontiers in Neuroscience, there is a connection between drinking more coffee and lowering the risk of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. And so kudos to those that drink coffee. There's lots of health benefits. We went through it in a previous show, but here's the interesting thing. It has nothing to do with the caffeine in coffee. It has something to do with, I'm going to butcher this name, phenyldanes.
Just hearing you say that makes me laugh.
It's like, so just know that while you're drinking coffee, add phenyldanes to your.
I don't know. Is phenol? Can you give us some more here? Is there? What are phenyldanes? I need a fact check on phenyldanes.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The secret seems to be connected to a kind of chemical called phenoldanes, which are created during the roasting process. The darker the coffee, the more phenoldanes, and thus greater power of the coffee to stop the buildup of two toxic proteins in the brain called tau and beta amyloid, which have been linked to Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
Bang! Well done. Yeah, you hammered that home for me. Thank you. And so that was a great article that you read where you got that from. But the sidebar to that is if you choose to have your coffee regular with cream and sugar, you are adding health risks because of cholesterol and all of the problems that come along with cream and sugar. So drink it black.
I drink it black. That's the only
Drink it black.
So anyway, continuing one more here on this journey of things that make you go, I read an article called Fast Forward, and everybody's so fast. The world is moving crazy. Did you know that if you want to watch YouTube videos and or podcasts, Audible, whatever, there is you can control the speed of the content. So YouTube has speed controls that really easy to adjust. They give you option to play the video at normal speed or faster or slower, 1.2, 1.5, 2.2, upload the speed. So Chrome has an extension called Video Speed Controller that allows you to do anything on Chrome. And so the idea—
We're listening. So we're listening to The Bible in a Year, which is a great podcast for those of you who aren't listening to it. But when we started the podcast, the father came on, and when he started reading, I was like, is this sped up? Because it sounds like this is in like hyper speed. So we went and checked the speed, and we were like, no, just the father's talking in extra fast speed, and we had to kind of get acclimated to it. But it's interesting when you mess with it. Sometimes it's hard for me. I prefer it to be in regular speed because it allows me to digest the information and think about it.
Every time I speed it up, I can only think of whippets and helium balloons.
Correct.
So
Correct.
time for Friday motivational music, because this is what's going to take us through the weekend.
We get a little crazy. No, we're never gonna survive unless we are a little crazy. Other people walking through my head. One of them's got a gun to shoot the other one. And yet together they were friends at school. Will happen as we speak. But we're never gonna survive unless we get a little crazy. So we're never gonna.
Scott Graham's comment is hilarious. Whippets and tequila. The 80s were fun, eh?
Right. People want to know why I'm a nutbag. So first of all,
Seal.
Happy birthday to Seal. It's his birthday. One of my absolute favorites. Picking the song was difficult because there's so many great songs. When you think of Seal, Mr. Nudelberg, do you think of a specific concert?
Jackie Gleason Amphitheater in South Beach, which, here you go, take you way back in time, was one of Gabby and I's first dates. It was a double date.
That's right.
Gabby was with us. Yeah.
That's incredible.
It was early on in our relationship, way back in the early days of college. And that was a phenomenal experience.
You know, we were right up close and we were jamming to him, and he's amazing.
He was so great.
For those that don't know, the marks on his face came from a disease that he got early on in his life that scarred his skin. But awesome, great song for the day. But I figured it's Friday. Let's have some fun. Here's some craziness that's going on in the world, because we're all a little crazy. Shay, show me some funny videos. Oh, that just happened in Amsterdam.
His reaction, it's like he expected it to happen. It was like, oh man, I'm in the water now.
If you listen closely to the video, you can hear the ice start cracking.
Yeah, you think he was like, oh man, I'm
well,
stuck
what's
here.
really interesting is that when you play that further, him trying to get out of the water.
Just breaking.
It was just absolutely fantastic. Perfect for everybody. Give me, we talk about this all the time. Life is all about hurdles and, obstacles that are in front of us. You got to learn to run through hurdles.
Okay, I'm not even sure how this hurdler even managed to get into the competition, but at a university game, one of the hurdlers decided he did not want to actually jump and just started running through those hurdles like they were not even there.
That's hilarious. Not only did he ruin his run, but then he ruined the guy's run next to him.
The takeaway is, when in doubt, ruin someone else's shit. Love it. I think we have one more Friday Funny to take us off, so go for it.
A hilarious fail at a Formula 1 race happened when, after a small incident with one of the cars, they had to make a quick stop to fix it. And well, they forgot to put back the steering wheel. And it was hilarious to listen to Kimmy asking for the steering wheel while the team was taking him back to the circuit.
Steering wheel. Hey! Hey! Steering wheel. Somebody tell him to give it to me. Come on!
Come on! Come on!
The steering wheel. The steering wheel. Give me
Here's
the steering wheel.
Whatever you do today, somebody needs to have their hands on the wheel.
Make sure you have the wheel. Make sure you have the wheel.
It is just fantastic for a Friday Funny. Hopefully you enjoyed that as much as I did figuring it out. And so the idea that you can laugh and be funny and all that kind of stuff is great. So a little bit more serious note before we move on to the wall and the hall, which is always a favorite. Today, in 1877, Thomas Edison invented the phonograph, which the phonograph in 1912 through 1928, they sold almost 1 million disc phonographs and sold 50,000 discs to be played on that. Do you remember vinyl, sir?
I remember looking at your vinyl collection. We did not have a record player at that time, but I remember being a kid and seeing all of your records that you still had. So I do remember the record collection, but never got an opportunity to listen to them.
So, you know, what's old is new, and we talk about this in sales all the time. So there is a major resurgence in turntables. So it's no longer a phonograph. Look at how cool some of these turntables are. And for those that don't know, you can spend $20,000 on a phonograph, on a
turntable.
A turntable now, which is.
Well, so do you know why?
I'm curious. Tell me.
Because so for those of you who have not watched the Netflix show Evolution of Hip Hop, it is an unbelievable series of shows that teaches you where hip hop comes from. But hip hop started by taking the breaks within songs and winding them back. So they would use the record players, right? They would find the breaks in the album so that they could just get the beat over and over, and they'd mark it with a chalk and they'd wind the record back, and they would just play the break over and over and over. And that's where breakdancing came from. They started to put rhymes to the breaks. That's where hip hop comes from. So turntables became the tool to create hip hop music, and was then the launching of disc jockeys and DJs.
Which is why I wanted to bring it up for Howard K and his group. Disc jockeys used turntables. So
Jake, once again, a DJ is a disc jockey, and it has nothing to do with horses.
So what's really interesting and really fun is that through most of my life, it was 8-track tape, then cassette tape, and then other digital recordings. But there is a phenomenon, and you know, Jack talks about he just got one. Jack Edelman just got a turntable, and to me, I go back to the physical nature of pulling out the vinyl, putting it down, having a needle, you know. And so Todd Hudson, who is a friend and a client and a big fan of the show, he just bought a turntable. We were talking about it yesterday. It came up randomly, and his first 2 albums that he got are the Eagles Hotel California and the Doobie Brothers Greatest Hits. So
that's hard to beat that.
Gotta love
that's
that.
Awesome.
So, pretty cool stuff. Let's switch gears, and you want to laugh? Let's get into the wall of shame.
Shame on you if you can't dance too. I said shame on you.
So this one's particularly fascinating to me. The person's name is Rachel. Her title is Maxwell Partnerships and People Connector. Wow. Okay. So you'd think that this person has something on the ball. Rachel, thanks for the invite. Can you remind me how we know each other? Great question. Not sure we do. What?
That's the best. That is the best. I love those.
That goes down
I love those.
as the Hall of Fame of Wall of Shame.
What the hell's going on out here?
That is perfect, Shay. That is so perfect.
Right.
Mine comes from Aisha, who says, you know, I give her the thanks for the invite. Do you mind me asking what made you want to connect? We are B2B lead generation and content writing experts that can help you expand your outreach by connecting you with your targeted audience on LinkedIn with unique outreach strategy. May I share information? And I asked her, are you reaching out to people for me the way you're reaching out to me? Because this doesn't seem very unique.
Nice.
No response.
Nice.
No
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See ya. Shay, give me the X, man. Boom.
No response.
So I have one more because I think it's great. David sends me a note, and here it is. Hi, Steve. I'd love to connect and see if there's an opportunity to work together. His company helps teams in real estate and mortgage qualify and nurture old and new leads with a human power solution 24/7, all in San Diego.
Thank you. Thank you. All about you. Awesome.
What gave him a clue that I was in the mortgage or real estate business?
It's unbelievable. It's all about me. Let me just spew my message to as many people as I can. Now, I want to use this one because I think some people might be like, oh, well, what's wrong with that one? And I want to talk about it. Ashtush comes to me and says, hi, Mr. Nudelberg. Your name came up on LinkedIn as someone I should connect with. So I wanted to reach out and introduce myself. Let's connect and explore ways we might be able to benefit from each other's network. Now, that most people will go, that's okay. What's wrong with that? We live in a world, if you're using LinkedIn, you can go to my page and find endless information that you can share with me to make it a valuable connection, to make it mean something to me. And that's just lazy. You can do 3,000 of those a day. That doesn't mean that it's individualized and special. Do the work. It's all about doing the work. Make it about the other person with something that is unique to them.
I love it. And I'm going to give one more because we don't do this often and I want to stay on it. This is the doozy of doozy answers. Mistaken identity, Steve.
Oh my God. Yeah. Thanks. There you go.
So Shay, let's talk about some good stuff.
Standing in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name.
I'm ready.
So here we go. Nick Swetnam says to me, Steve, you were recommended by LinkedIn because we have similar connections. Don't worry, I'm not someone who will spam your messages or pitch you the next big thing. I'm just looking to connect with like-minded individuals and bring and receive valuable, meaningful content. Boom. Pretty simple.
There you go.
Pretty simple.
I love it.
How'd you meet me? Why do you want to get it? Boom, right off to a virtual cup of coffee and good things happen.
Here you go. Mary Ellen Shea absolutely crushes this one. I mean, this is like a 500-foot home run. Well, I love football, and the skills and coaching techniques seem to apply as a coach on a sports team as well as a life coach in business. That interested me, and I was just feeling like you and I should connect. Bang! That's personal to me. Talking about football coaching and business coaching, she made that about me, nothing about her. I'm more than willing to connect and explore where that opportunity goes.
So this one is sort of good and bad. And I'll tell you why. So Amber comes at me and says, great to connect with you. Both you and your brother, Mark, M-A-R-K. As voices I should follow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, she goes on to say, I help support some of our team's business development. So I've been investing a lot of time in learning all I can on this platform and want to learn from you. That's what this is about. So nice job, Amber Master.
Great job. My last one comes from Jamie DeSattels, and she says, hey, I was just an athlete in college and love sports and the parallels to work life now. Thought you could potentially be motivating to help me get my career started. Bang. Thank you. Absolutely. More than willing to help. How can I help you? Please let me help you.
There is hope out there. I'm really glad. It's fun. Hall and Wall is always fun. A note about Monday. We will be coming to you live from the 160 studios. It is 1 week prior to our launch on March 1st, which will be March Madness. We will be officially launching Get on the Ball, our online platform. So we will have a special guest Joe Mullings. If you do not know Joe, you should. If you do not follow him, you should. And if you tune in Monday morning, bring your friends, anybody that you can grab. Do your sales things around it, because that is one.
Just a tidbit. We've done the huddle from the studio before, but never produced through the studio. So there will be different camera angles. It will look different, feel a little different, and it's going to be super fun. So excited to have Joe on the show, introduce him to the audience personally, even though we've talked about him a bunch, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
What a great week for everybody. Just so you know, the numbers are up, new people, new faces. Thank you for all the support. Go out and make it a great day and stay on the ball.
We get a little